Black history is everywhere you go and made every day, but do you know the local leaders right here in our area? And today for Black History Month, we have Dr. Mickles joining us, and I am so excited to get into this conversation. Everybody all around is speaking so highly of you, and I was like, we have to get you on. But share with us who you are and tell us about your time.
I'll try my best. I am Muriel Ann Brown Mickles, and I am a wife, a mother. I'm a grandmother. I have one beautiful granddaughter. Her name is Zola. Mm-hmm. I'm a sister, one of 5 children born to my parents, a daughter, an aunt, a godmother. Mm-hmm. I am a people person. I love people, and I just have a really good time looking for the best in everybody. I am an educator, and that is my calling. Mm-hmm. I have discovered that is why I'm here on this earth, is to be an educator and to make a difference in the lives of the people who I have the opportunity to touch. But I am known wide for my, wide and far for my big smile, for passing out hugs, and I might get me one today from you.
You will, trust.
And for my sense of humor and just saying that there's just not enough glitter in this world.
I love that. And I know you touched on education, so I want to dive into that because I want to know what inspired your commitment for education and helping people reach their fullest potentials. I know you're so passionate about it.
That is my passion. That is my calling. That has been my mission in life. And I think when I think about, how in the world did all of this start, I think back to when I was a child. I love school. I love it even to this day. I love school. But I loved it so much and loved teaching and sharing so much that my younger siblings, I had 2 that were younger than 3, but one was close in age to me. But the 2 more younger ones, I taught them, worked with them all so that they knew ABCs, they knew their alphabet, their numbers, they knew how to add and all before they started school. But that has been my passion, and it has grown and grown and grown as I have grown over the years. And that is something that I will do. Even now that I'm retired, I will still continue to help, to reach out, to show people that you've got potential. It's in you.
Right.
It's there. Right. All we need to do is pull it out, and you need some strategies to get you across that finish line.
Okay, this is one question I do. It just popped up for me, but I really wanted to ask this because I have friends who are educators now, getting into the educating field, and sometimes they need encouragement or just figuring out what to do when it comes to working with children on a day-to-day or even adults as well. Tell me about some words you could leave for those who are educators right now or even looking to be an educator. What could you leave with them for encouragement?
I would have to say, first of all, that educators to me are unsung heroes. But I want all the educators to know that you have the world in your hand. You are the one that teach the judges, the lawyers, the doctors, the nurses, the technicians, the whatever the job may be. The teachers are the ones that hold all of that in their hands. Right. So they are the ones that rock the world. They are the ones that make that difference, and they start very early. They start with children that are just out of the cradle almost, but they are the ones that make a great impact. Now, is this a hard job? Absolutely. But they are unsung heroes, and they should be appreciated, uplifted, and they all need a pay raise.
I understand.
They all need a pay raise, but they are the ones that actually hold society in their hand because they're the ones that started out. No doctor, lawyer, teacher, educator, administrator started out as an administrator. You started out learning your ABCs, and those teachers are the ones who did that for you.
So then I know for many people here in the area, you are Black history. So if you could define Black history yourself, what would you say it is when it comes to you and even our society?
Oh, that is just a wonderful question. And when I thought about that, or as I'm thinking about that, it's a big question. So I thought, what is Black history to me? It's just so many things. When I think about it, I look at it as a tapestry, woven of different threads. The threads could be of the obstacles that they overcome, the struggles that they went through, but not only that, there's the resilience, there's dignity, there's bravery, there's triumph, there's Black excellence, there's culture. All of that make up this tapestry that we call Black history. It is also, it's also a call to action for us. We just can't sit back and allow our ancestors to have done all of this work to make a difference from slavery to where we are now, and then we do nothing to carry the torch further for them. So we have to serve as a catalyst for a brighter and a more inclusive, a more loving future for all citizens, not just the ones of color, but for all citizens. We cannot allow our culture, our heritage, our excellence to die away. We've got to keep that in the forefront of our children and our children's children from now on.
Understood. And you are inspiring. I want to do this, and I'll get that hug right now, too. Yes, ma'am. I want to say thank you so much, and it's been a pleasure having you to share some nuggets and even talk about yourself. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure has absolutely been mine. Thank you so much for asking me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we'll catch you guys back after the break. It is Black History Month, so we are taking the time to highlight leaders here in our area who are making history all on their own. And today we are joined by Sharon, a friend of mine, just overall somebody I love so much.
I love you.
Today to share some more about what you do and how you're making an impact here in our community, because whenever I ask, tell me about a leader in our community, people bring you up.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
so sweet.
Absolutely. So then I want to first start off and talk about who you are, for those who may not know, but you're known. So tell me about who you are.
So actually, I'm born and raised in Lynchburg and I graduated from EC Glass because in 1970, the schools merged. And so I came through Dunbar, was raised by a lot of great people. There's so many greats, Mary Payne, T.D. Thornhill. There's so many greats that raised me here in Lynchburg. But coming through the ranks of the school system, I taught here for 10 years, and Dr. Vivian Cam helped to prepare me when I moved from here in 1986 and went to Baltimore and on to Washington, D.C. to be an educator. So I got great training here in Lynchburg to do what I did up north. And then I came back in 2013 and came back really to take care of my mom. She was doing well, but I wanted to keep it that way, just like the rest of my siblings. So, yeah.
Understood. Okay, so that means you've had some time a little bit all over.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then even when it comes to dance as well, because a lot of people know you for dance. So tell me about your involvement, because I know we're in AKA together.
Yes.
And there's so much more you do. So tell us about involvement.
Okay, so when I was here in Lynchburg, I'm going to date myself. So in 1976, we started a Lynchburg youth dance troupe, and we would dance all over the place. And then I went to Baltimore and started West African dance with Sankofa Dance Theater in Baltimore, Maryland, with Kibibi Ajanku and Kauna Mujamal, and left there and went to Conqueron West African Dance in Washington, D.C. And so got to study with all those greats, and then came back here, and we didn't have West African dance here in Lynchburg, so I said, hey, let's do that. So I reached out to some folks, Mary Jane Dolan, who poured into us. Again, Dot Swain poured into us. Estelle, I mean, we had so many people pouring into us before we became a nonprofit to get this dance started. And so we became a nonprofit in 2017, And so we've been going on just performing around the city. We wanted to create an opportunity for children and adults to have joyous performance, but keep the culture going, West African dance. And so we do dances from Senegal, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Guinea, Ghana, and the list goes on. Every year we try to go back to Kaloum, which is in North Carolina, in Greensboro. It's a little closer, and we take children there. So I'm excited about that, and we train them at under the auspices of Lynchburg Parks and Rec, as well as the Main Street Academy, the Academy of the Arts. So everybody is pouring into us, and so yeah, we're teaching everybody dance in Lynchburg that wants to learn it.
And it really is all about the kids. I know, like you said, the Academy pours into you and other places here in the area. You've won a Lottie Payne Stratton Award. That's amazing. That's huge. I was there when you got the accolade, and it was really great to see. But I want to know, what do you feel your purpose is when it comes to being here on our planet, and even just here in the Lynchburg community too?
Well, my purpose is what I'm doing. Let me say that when I left here in '86, I did a lot for people in Baltimore, Laurel, Washington, D.C. area, and I wanted to come back home to do the exact same things. And I think if each of us finds out what we do best and we share that knowledge with everyone else, then our children are going to soar.
And then I know that's the part that keeps you going, because I know it's always, I feel like whenever you reach one, teach one. I always say that all the time. So then I want to go into what Black history means to you, because you're living in it yourself. You are Black history. So what do you feel Black history means to you?
Well, actually, there's so many things that Blacks have contributed that nobody knows.
Yeah.
And I mean, we built the world, if you look at it. The stoplight, the GPS, I mean, hair products, you name it. We did that. And so I think to teach our children what we know and who we know about Black history. I think the Harriet Tubmans of the world made a difference, and we stand on their shoulders, but we also stand on the shoulders of a Kaci, of a Sharon, of a Dot, of any Black here that's alive and well. And they need to know that too.
I love how you made it to where Black history is about everybody, and it really is.
It really is.
It's a collective.
It's a mosaic, and I believe that we are better together. And I hear Sterling Wilder, Dr. Sterling Wilder, Councilman Sterling Wilder, come on. And he always says that we are better together. And I have become who I am because of them, not because of me, because I knew nothing until I engaged myself with other people who looked like me and who didn't look like me. Yeah, I love it. I love Black history, and I love all history.
Yeah. Amazing, because it is all history for sure. And Sharon, I want to say thank you, because it's always amazing hearing
It's
you
my pleasure.
share all about yourself, and even with what you do in the community, because it's definitely making a change when it comes to the kids. So
I love
want to say
that.
thank you so much again.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for having me.
All right, so we are here at GalaxyCon. I'm talking with Steve, and I'm also talking with Donovan. But y'all play some instrumental people in my early childhood, so I want to talk about Blues Clues and so much more that y'all got going on. But first off, tell us about y'all's times on Blues Clues.
Well, his time was first. I was very happy when I finally got to work with this guy, and I will roll or walk over broken glass to work with him, basically.
Yeah, I'm the original gangster, but he came after me and he did a pretty good job, and he is so good looking. I mean, can we talk about this? Look at this dude. Look at this.
There's like 17 hours of Photoshop on that one, maybe more.
I don't believe that at all. Okay, so tell me about that process then of passing the torch over from being in the original spot.
Well, when it came time for me to go, we definitely looked around a lot to try to find somebody who had the right thing, who could bring just kind of the right energy to it, and Donovan and I auditioned together, and he was hilarious, and we just had such a good time. He did half of his audition as Christopher Walken, and he just had the right sense of play. He really is kind of like a big kid, and it really has been a great working relationship. We're friends, we hang out, and I'm glad we found this guy.
Definitely. So then tell me about that friendship then that y'all have. Like, how is it today? Because it's grown.
Well, it's like anything. There's never enough time, you know. I'm glad that we're both here right now because I actually get to see my buddy, and we're on different coasts. He's traveling all the time. I jump around from time to time. I spend a lot of my time basically on the sidelines of soccer games. That's about it. That's all I do.
Well,
sit around and watch soccer.
Donovan actually took care of me when I had COVID. Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
So is this more like a brotherhood or like a real friendship type of love right there? That's
No, we actually have known each other now for 20 years, and we are buds, and like I know his family, and we're just friends, you know.
Absolutely. So okay, y'all seen that, right? Definitely. So then for folks at home right now who've been following you guys for forever, what can you tell them about just supporting you guys? Because I'm supporting, and I know there's long lines for everybody, and they're coming to see all of you for Blue's Clues. So what is it like to have that support over the years too?
It means everything. I mean, I don't think I fully understood the place that this show has in people's hearts and in their, you know, 'cause you get people when they're growing up or whatever. I used to describe it as a sucker punch a little bit, and there's no way to accurately describe the privilege. It's an honor.
Yeah, I agree with what Donovan said. I didn't fully understand the reach or the impact that the show had until recently. When we would make Blue's Clues, it was just he or I in a room all alone, it felt like, with just a camera. So it felt really small, you know. It was only until things like this that really make it clear that the show we all worked on had such an impact. So I cherish doing these things for that.
A huge impact, I want to say. And so I want to ask, are you anticipating seeing anybody else out here? So I know people wanting to see you, but are there any celebs out here that y'all like, oh my gosh, I'm excited to see?
Yes, I want to see Josh De La Cruz, Angela Santamaro's here, Tracy Page Johnson is here. The gentleman, I think, I don't know his last name. His name's Carlos. He plays Danny Rojas in Ted Lasso. Yeah. Dude, I'm excited.
The person I really wanted to see, unfortunately, passed. I wanted to see Carl Weathers. Rocky is my favorite film of all time, and so I'm just, representing here, but that's who I wanted to see.
So then, if anybody wants to find you guys, let's say like social medias, where can they find you?
Mm-hmm. I'm probably Donovan Patton on Instagram. Yeah, probably.
My Instagram is Steve Burns Alive, and I have a TikTok where I just check in with y'all every now and then, and that's hi out there, it's me, Steve.
Well, we'll be seeing y'all then. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Casey.
We are here right in the heart of downtown Lynchburg, and you guys, we are talking about excitement and such a good time right here at Super Rad. So I'm about to get into some games, and you can find out what all you can get into as well.
Me and Cullen were talking on his couch one day about how both of us had this idea for how Lynchburg needs something for adults and kids, and an arcade would be awesome. We go to this convention every year in DC that has a bunch of arcades, and we love doing that. It's 24/7 arcades, and we were like, the closest arcade's in Roanoke or Charlottesville, and we don't want to make that drive. We needed something here, and we just happened to talk it out and came up with the idea. Just two buddies thinking that it would be cool to have this. And then through the Launch LYH program, we ended up creating this thing.
Amazing, and it's been doing amazing, and I've even come for my own needs. It's always a great time out here. So I want to get into what type of games are here.
We've got all sorts of games, from shooting games to racing games. We've got Superbike, we've got Arctic Thunder, we've got downhill racing, Crazy Taxi. We've got shooting games like House of the Dead, Time Crisis, Zombie Raid. We've got Pump It Up, so for the dancing games. We've got this awesome 6-player X-Men machine right here for groups to come in and play together. Classics like Tetris, like Galaga, Pac-Man, Super Mario Brothers. Your console games, we've got a couple of Super Nintendo classics and Sega Saturns. We got all sorts of different games, so something for everybody.
Absolutely, and I enjoyed playing the GameCube downstairs. That was
Yes.
really a vibe for sure. And I want to get into how long it took to bring all of these games in, because it's a lot, and I know you guys switch them out, so tell me about that too.
Yeah, so when we first started, we started with about 30 games, and now we've up to about 75. So over the past 6 months as we've been open, we've been getting more in and seeing this place evolve. The pinball games came in a couple months ago, and then every time you said you came here, we didn't have this X-Men game.
Right.
It's new. So it's just constantly been growing. We've got more coming, and we're just constantly growing this space. We've got 7,000 square feet we've got to fill, and if we find a game, we're going to put it in here.
So we are getting back into a discussion because it's so much to offer here at Super Rad, and I want to get into how people can have a good time. So let's talk about pricing and memberships. What's available?
For sure. So right now our basic entry price gets you all unlimited games. Play as long as you want for $7 an hour. However, that is 18 and over on Friday and Saturday nights after 9 p.m. So if you got a ticket, then you can play as long as you want during those hours. And then we have a 30-day membership that's $30, and it's you plus 2. So you can bring 2 people with you at all times for that 30 days. We also have a yearly membership right now that we're offering a special for $200. That's you plus 5 people that you can bring unlimited times until October of next year.
Amazing. That sounds like a steal, and I love that.
It's not bad.
I know it. So then let's get into events too, because I know events be taking place out here as well. So we are the day before Halloween right now. So what's happening?
Absolutely. We actually have a band Asylum 213 coming on Thursday night, Halloween. So we'll have an actual concert here. It'll still be the $10 to get in, and it'll be fully available. Half the proceeds go to the band, and so it's just going to be a big fun time. Dress in costume, have a blast, and we have tons of other events coming up throughout the year as well.
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask, do you have a favorite game that's here?
One of the fan favorites is Crazy Taxi. We do have the 6-player X-Men, which is a big favorite, and we just got a Gauntlet Legends Dark Legacy in, so that's a big one for us.
Amazing. And I know you guys were a part of Launch LYH, so tell me about that process, or what was it like to be a part of that and come out with such an amazing store?
Yeah, we ended up partnering with Launch LYH and became lifelong friends with a lot of the people there. The program helped us really streamline the whole idea of the arcade itself, and now we just kind of decided to make it bigger than we could even ever dream of. So being with them, it helped a lot, and really we encourage anyone to reach out to the DLA of Lynchburg and work with the Launch Lynchburg program.
Absolutely. And I want to talk about the excitement for people to come and visit the place, because I know you switch the games out, so it's always something refreshing and new to see, because I was shocked. So tell me about that experience to have people come in and have a great time.
We're just going to keep loading up more and more and swap other games out. Some stuff's not here anymore, but we wanted to try and get the things that people actually enjoy playing more than anything. But we're not going to stop there. We're going to be doing events outside of this, and you'll see us bopping around all across town. So
you can find Super Rad off of 9th Street in Lynchburg. There's an upcoming event, so be sure to check them out online for more information at Super Rad Arcade Bar on Facebook and thesuperradarcade.com. We are right here in the heart of downtown Lynchburg. We are at Firebrick Pottery, and we are talking about how the art community can grow right here when it comes to ceramics. And we're getting into a discussion right now about how local art can help our community grow. Let's get into a discussion right now.
It all started when I took my first pottery class in college about 15 years ago. And when I moved back to Lynchburg, I couldn't find the resources that I needed. Kilns are expensive. We have nowhere in Lynchburg to buy pottery supplies like clay and glaze. So my initial idea was to just start a supply business where we could, the potters could buy clay locally and get things fired. And then as I dreamed about it and built a business plan, I discovered other areas that we need. And one of those big things is a place for potters to be able to sell their work and connect with the community. So that idea kind of grew into what it is today. And then I got the opportunity to apply for the LYH grant and was fortunate enough to be one of the winners, and definitely would not have been able to get this far without their support and the grant money and everything that the Downtown Lynchburg Association has done to support me.
Absolutely. So I'm guessing Launch LYH gave you a lot of things to equip you to open this business.
Yes, they put us through an 8-week business course that helped us kind of flesh out our business plans, and we got counseling through the Small Business Development Center, and they have been very supportive since with marketing help and just support in general and advice.
And you guys are nestled right here on Main Street. So then tell me about those hours of operation so people can come in.
Yeah, so we're open Thursday through Sunday, most of the day Saturday and then Sunday afternoons.
So then let's take a dive into what we're seeing right now, because we're in the front of the shop. As soon as you step in, it's a showcasing. So tell me about what we're seeing right here in the front.
Yeah, so right now I have 9 different local potters that have their work displayed and it's for sale. The goal with this area is to really create a good connection between the community and the potters and just give Lynchburg kind of a resource to access some of the amazing art that we have being made locally.
So tell me about what kind of supplies we can be seeing right now.
Yeah, so we carry pottery making clay and glaze and tools, and that is new for our area. Before now, myself and other potters are traveling to Richmond and North Carolina to get things like clay. So I think it's a really helpful thing to have in Lynchburg that we can, buy locally. We have the resources here now to make the art that we've already been making here.
I know along with all of this, people can be a part of workshops and so much more, but that comes also with monthly subscriptions. So tell me about monthly subscriptions here.
So our studio is a 24-hour access studio for our members. It starts at $95 a month, and with that they get 10% off our firing services and access to the studio whenever inspiration strikes. Yeah, and then we're also offering workshops. We have a lot of workshops coming up for people who have never gotten their hands muddy before, and they can just come in and try it and see how they like it. And then we're planning some skill building workshops that'll be geared towards intermediate potters to kind of help them learn new skills and techniques and have our local potters share their skills and techniques with each other.
When it comes to people wanting to come in and learn so much more about pottery, tell me about that encouragement for people to come on in.
Yeah, I mean, pottery is one of those things that is therapeutic and creative, and anyone can do it. It's kind of a magical process where you take a lump of literally mud and you turn it into a permanent, beautiful piece of ceramic that'll probably outlive yourself. I think that's one of the most amazing things that I've discovered through pottery, and I think everyone is creative whether they think they are or not, and playing with mud is a really fun way to find your inner creativity.
And if you are ready to try your hand over at Firebrick Pottery, here is the rundown of their hours. They are open Thursday through Friday from 1 to 6 p.m., Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., then Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. They are located off of Main Street, and you can contact them about classes and so much more at their email, hello@firebrickpottery.com. It is prime tailgating season, so that means you have to grab your friends and family when it comes to having a good time during sports season. And today we are getting some tips on how you can take your tailgate to the next level. And we are joined by the Grill Dads today to share some more on how you can do just that. And I want to say thank you both so much for joining us today. And I want to start off with Mark and talk about what is this partnership right now with Johnsonville?
So Faye and I have been grilling for basically our whole lives. We say we've been grilling since 1975, sausage has always been the thing that we love to grill the most. And so we reached out to Johnsonville a couple of years ago and said, hey, we'd love to work with you guys. And they said no. Just kidding. So no, we started working with them, and then a little bit, and then this year they came out with this Keep It Juicy campaign. Because there's kind of sad news out there, which is that people aren't getting together as much as they used to. And the whole reason why Faye and I started the Grill Dads was to create memories with friends and families over great food. So we were really excited to partner up with them and talk about how we can keep it juicy and get people back together and share good times and great food and make some good memories.
That's amazing. And I come from an SEC school, so I'm knowing tailgating is a big part of it all. So I want to get into this. So Faye, tell me about some tips you got when it comes to coming together with your friends and family and having a good time when it comes to tailgate season with sports.
Well, first of all, you're a professional. SEC's tailgating is no joke. Mark and I are from the North, but we love our Buckeyes. But I got to tell you, every time we've been to the SEC stuff, my goodness, I mean, days you guys take to do that. But we have a cheat. Whenever we go and tailgate, the sausage, when we smack it on the grill, it's like the Pied Piper. It starts the party. People start to come over. So here's my tip. Start with the sausage. You're going to get people, especially a lot of tailgating's done in the morning. What a great way to showcase the versatility of an amazing protein than making stuff in the morning. I think we sent over one of the recipes was a breakfast smash taco. Unbelievable. I mean, we're talking like Johnsonville, ground sausage that you basically smash on a flat top with a tortilla, put a fresh egg, put some herbs, some crema, hot sauce. I mean, call it a day. You're almost cheating at that point at the tailgate.
I know that's right. And you can never go wrong when it comes to cheating at a tailgate. It always gets the party started, like you said. So then I want to talk about the connection of tailgate this season and how it does bring people together. So I know you mentioned the food, so we'll get back with Mark. Tell me about what it means to bring everybody together over some really great food.
Well, food and sports is kind of like that epic combo. And it's funny, the tailgate to us is almost more about the food than the game. And so, we will, sometimes we'll go out there, we'll set up the grills, we'll throw some sausage on there, we'll cook for a bunch of people, and we don't even go to the game. We'll just hang out and watch it, on TV at that point, because we're like, all right, we're all our friends are here, we got great food, we're ready to go.
I know that's right. I've sometimes not even touched the stadium, so I understand that completely.
Yeah.
So then I want to know, is there anything else coming from the Grill Dads that people need to be on the lookout for? Because I know we got the good recipes just now and what we can do for tailgating, but what is to come from you guys?
Well, speaking of the SEC, we are heading out to tailgate with Johnsonville in the SEC. We're going to be at the Florida-Georgia game. We're going to be at the Red River rivalry and the SEC championship game, and maybe even one more. So we're going to do our favorite thing, which is to go out there with people and hang out and create great memories and great bites of food.
And you can find that recipe too, and tons of other recipes at our Instagram at the Grill Dads. And we respond to everybody. So if you have questions, if you want tips and tricks, we'll provide you with anything that you want. We're an open book. We have a great cookbook called The Best Grilling Cookbook Ever Written by Two Idiots, a bulletproof title. And it's just wonderful that we get to go do this and hang out with people. And, we're dads, so thank goodness our kids like what we make to eat.
Amazing. And I am a Gamecock, so go Cox. If you're ever at USC, I'll probably pop out for that. I'll pop out for sure.
All right.
And tell us one more time where we can get more information, find some recipes, and also get into it when it comes to keeping it juicy.
So the recipe for these sausage smash breakfast tacos and a bunch of other great ones are on johnsonville.com. And you can also get a lot more at the Grill Dads if you'd like. And like Faye said, DM us if you have any sausage questions and how to make an epic tailgate. We're always around to help. We're like your tailgate help desk. Just hit us up.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much again, Mark and Faye.
Thank you so much.
You are awesome.
Have an
Thank
awesome
you.
day.
We'll be right back.